reaching you from United Kingdom, North London to be precise. We give credit to the owner of the videos or audio to be used on this program. Disclaimer: Facebook/YouTube/Twitter. We have no rights to music or videos used on this broadcast and no intention to infringe on the copyright or profit from it. Please allow us to use this to educate our listeners.
For Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that Chukwokika Biama may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, Chukwokika Biama Purimihanine, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children IPOB to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you, Elohim, can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech thee, O Elohim, because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. We have come to honor your holy name. We have come to praise thee. We have come to honor thee, that your name may be glorified, adored, and praised forever and ever. Ise, He said,
without fear before our enemies, we have sworn an oath to restore Biafra, or we die in the process. There will be no retreat and no surrender. If the option they give to us is to seek our restoration by violence, every living thing living in the zoo will be destroyed. All the animals will be destroyed. It's a promise and a pledge we are making to them. They must understand that we just don't love our country. We are fanatical about Biafra. We will do everything humanly possible to ensure that Biafra comes. It is either the flag of Biafra is raised up or I am lowered into the grave. One of the two must happen. It is better for this heaven and this earth not to exist than for Biafra not to come to pass. We dedicate it into the hands of Chukwu Abiyama, the creator of the heavens and the earth, because only him decreed that we should exist as a race, and only him has the say to decide and to determine if we are to survive or not. We don't rest our hopes in any man. We don't believe that any country can do anything for us. We are going to reaffirm our faith in the supremacy of the creator of the heavens and the earth, Chukwu Abiyama, upon to whom and in whom every glory and honor belongs to. That's why we worship him and nothing else and no other. We worship the one true living God. That is who we worship. That is why we were created. We are not like any other people. We have been chosen by Chukwu Abiyama to serve him. We have been chosen by the creator of the heavens and the earth that we may serve him. That is why in our names it contains every praise imaginable. Every praise imaginable to the Most High is contained within our names because we are very special people. We are here to reaffirm and reiterate that. We are here to ensure that this very march towards our freedom cannot be hindered. Any obstacle on our way, real or imagined, man or woman, adult or child, anything it is, once you are an impediment to the restoration of the sovereignty of Biafra, you will be destroyed completely and totally in every way imaginable. We do not forgive. There is no forgiveness in our dictionary.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depending on your time zone, this is Biafra Alpha Power Media International, and we're reaching you out from United Kingdom. And my name still remains Mazi. George is Umeh. I reside here in the UK. I'm the anchor of this very hallowed platform, Biafra Alpha Power Media International. And it's 8 minutes on top of the hour here in United Kingdom, which is 8 minutes past 1 p.m. here in the UK, and presumably the same 8 minutes on top of the hour, 2 p.m. on top of hour on the Holy Land of Biafra, and reaching out from UK. This afternoon, I want you to share that we're going to be coming up every afternoon going forward on Biafra Alpha Power Media International for educational purposes, because we see the imperative to make sure that our people have the information they require at this critical point in time. And as I said, can you share this program? And those are going to watch it, because it's very, 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 very important that people pay attention to this. And again, this afternoon, I came here to make sure that every information we disseminate, that people hear it and it can hear our leader's voice and all the words that he has told us. And I will subsequently make sure that this comes up every time we come on air to reaffirm, because so many people have forgotten why we are here and what we are doing. He has not, because he's still in he's still in Sokoto prison. That's why he's there. Everybody can see Sunday Igboho walking around supporting APC. That is his problem. We don't bother with that because we have our eyes on the ball. There's a promise we made, and that promise and oath was sworn. Some of us that understand the importance of oath we took, some of us that understand why we joined the struggle in the first place, because here is not what you're going to get, it's about what you're going to give. So many men has fallen on the west side, and we cannot abandon our people. There's not, the Mazi has not failed us. There's no need or reason. This afternoon, what I want to do here before I start my monologue is going to be, I am not here for saga. Like I said, I want to, shout out to everybody, some of IPOB media warriors that were before in IPOB that fell on the west side, that have now, understood that they were misled and now speaking out. Kudos to all of you, right? There's no problem. You can hear what our leader said. We do not forget. But the most important thing in this struggle is about consistency. People like us, we don't shift poles because we remain unmoved. From the days of Imam Mezu and Clifford Irwanya, I want to advise some of you today that are jumping up and down like an antelope, that are getting involved in things you do not understand. IPOB have a structure, and that structure was set up by one man. He made a decision. People should go back on human animal rights in the United Kingdom. How IPOB emerged. I want some of you to do your background check properly. Remember the man they call Imam Mezu. This is a man that is after our leader's heart. That Mazi cannot come on the radio. He would not go live on air until a barrister joins him. These are men that betrayed Onyendu. But Mazi can never give up because he said, and I quote, that only 100 men with clean heart will give us Biafra. Some of you have forgotten this quote. But we're here to remind you. Because some things are unfolding today. Some of you are getting, overwhelmed with it. Some of you are getting emotional, meltdown on things that you know nothing about. But I would advise all of you, some of you that were outsiders in IPOB, because we know that some of you will join. When you allow our women to join, when our women join, it becomes catastrophic. But we liked it because we have to go these hurdles to know exactly where we are going. Now, that brings me to this afternoon to advise so many of you that are jumping up and down right now. The issue on the ground right now that I want to address firstly is about Onyendu told us, it's very, very important that we all understand this. The 100-man committee is something that nobody can question. It's unquestionable. That confirms his prophecy that he told us. And remember when he came out from, after they tried to kill in 2017, he went to Israel and came out. When they asked him about, have you found 100 men? Then our then still deputy leader, Uchimafo, was still with us. He said he has not found 2 men. And if you look around you today, all these people that is around, can you count on anybody? He knew. He understood it because he's a man that is a spiritually inclined. And he did not join the struggle. Ojukwu fell because Ojukwu was fighting as a soldier to help his people. And he was sabotaged brutally. And he gave up on the West End. It's some Mazi that redeemed Ojukwu's name with a microphone on Radio Biafra. Because Ojukwu name, before Mazi emerged, Ojukwu name was like in the mode. He cleaned up his name and let Biafrans know that he was not the one that started the war, which today, Ibrahim Babangida came out and said that the coup 1963 wasn't Igbo coup. That brought out the brutal murders of Biafrans for no reason. So the history will not repeat himself on this course we're in. Some of you must understand this. So this afternoon, I want to let you know, and I'm going to play Nemeke Jofor's voice firstly before I will continue to talk about this. For some of you that are getting uncomfortable because maybe you have something to hide, But after this play, then I will explain to you those that you see in him of affair of IPOB today, how they emerge. I will explain it to you today, a little bit of it. Yeah, but let's listen to Barrister Nameke Jofo on this. After he came out from Sokoto, he made this public because he cannot deny what words that come from him. This is not the first time. He's been delivering message from Onyendu, and he's a legal luminary that is representing our leader. So he can communicate through him. Whatever he says stand, nobody can question it. As long as IPOB structure remains as it is. But let's listen first.
Lovers of freedom. My name is Nameke Jofo, one of the lawyers in Mazi. Today is the 15th of March 2026. I've been in Sokoto since on the 13th of March 2026 to consult with my client Mazi. I'm happy to announce to us that we had very fruitful discussions, and there will be so many emerging issues to be handled and to be treated in a very short while. There will be established a 100-man committee, a 100-man committee that will be in charge of so many things to come. The 100-man committee will be headed by Mazi himself, and there will be other deputies to assist him in heading this 100-man committee. And I want to tell us that he is of high spirit. Despite the incarceration, and he has told us that we must remain one at all times. We must maintain focus at all times. We must be united at all times. He also expressed his thank you to the governor of Abia State for being a very democratic man, for not interfering with the rally to release him, for not interfering with the fundamental rights of people who came in to rally for the release of Mazi. So the governor, we thank you. The legal team thanks you. You have done well. You have acted as if you are not a Nigerian politician. You acted like an American politician who believes in the human right of people. We thank you. God will bless you. And by the grace of God, with the good works you are doing in Abia State, are likely going to have a second term. And I want to thank all those who are assisting one way or the other to see that Mazi is free. We want to thank you. Be steadfast in your pursuit for justice. Be steadfast in your pursuit for love. Be steadfast in your pursuit for freedom. God will help us. And as I bid you farewell from the south.
Yeah, that's the voice of our barrister and Barrister Nameke Jofo. And we thank you, all of you that are actually standing in a gap, because they are the one that are behind the blunt. People can be in their comfort zone and be saying things, talk is cheap. Like I reiterated here, 100-man committee is the new phase of IPOB as directed by its supreme leader. When you do Mazi, is either you're in or out. It's simple as that. Go and listen to Uchemofo. Uchemofo, regardless of what Uchemofo choose to walk away from IPOB, is either you're in or you're out. The day your cup full in IPOB, you pack up your bag and exit. And I say again, I don't need to read our code of conduct to you to understand that every office you hold in IPOB requires 6 months, right? Now, depends on your performance. I want to make it clear that the only person that have power to appoint and to dismiss is Mazi. All these members of DOS you seen today, none of them was voted by any of us. It was Mazi that assembled them and appoint them and gave them positions, right? And that position is only him that can remove anybody. It is only him. It's happening in the United Kingdom here. Even Uchemofo, as then deputy, could not resolve the problem in the United Kingdom. Onyendu came out and came to UK and dismissed United Kingdom live on air. I have the video, I can play it for you here now. Right? Reason why I'm bringing this up this afternoon is for some of you that is emotionally, bankrupt, that don't understand. IPOB is not a political party. I repeat, IPOB is not a political party. We are freedom fighting movement and we are static. And that's why we practice what we call quasi-military system. It's like either you're in or out. I repeat it again. Let it sink into every single one of you ranting. I see people talking about failure and whatnot. Those that are hiding under their Wi-Fi are talking. You cannot do anything. I want to remind you. Go and remember in 2016 what happened, right? If somebody like Imam Mezu, let me tell you something. If somebody like Imam Mezu could not move IPO, none of you could. Somebody like Uchemofo could not move IPOB, none of you could. You will rant. All this ranting you guys are, I give you guys 6 months. You guys are fizzle away. Mark my word, like I told you guys before. Remember what I said when we came to, solve this problem. Like 2 years ago. Some of our people that came back today, how do they came back? All those people that say things, because every single one of you today that are in the media space that have said one thing against our leader, we have the documents, we have the evidences, but we are not going to go after anybody now. Because since he understood that he made a mistake, like a prodigal son, some of you came back now, it's your duty now to tell the world what we have encountered with these monsters, right? It is not our job. I'm not here to do saga with anybody. That's why sometimes over a year now, you saw me come on air. I don't come on air. Do you know why? There's a reason for it. It's the only important thing that we come on. I'm not coming here to come and rant because there's a reason. There's a specific job that we're supposed to do, and we've done that job, and we can see the benefit of that job today. That is why some of you today gain your common sense, because everything we did, there was evidence to back them all up, right? So now, there's something I want to do this afternoon before I continue, because the reason why I came here actually this afternoon, let me just flash it to you. This is the main reason why I'm here this afternoon, right? I'm going to respond to this particular woman, which is, I've deemed her as a Jezebel, Umada Highway 2.0, agent of provocateur. This woman does not understand. I'm not going to use any foul language on her. I want to educate her, and I would like people to tag her on this program because I would like her to listen to what I'm going to say. I'm going to be mad. I can see her doing video here and there about IPOB because that her, she become irrelevant the day she stepped on the toes of Mazi Namikano. She's crumbling right now because this is how they came. They always came through the back door. They start talking about Igbo. IPOB does not entertain Igbo thing. We don't do Igbo in IPOB. Somebody need to let her understood what IPOB stand for. Does not matter our kit and kin are joining us or not. It doesn't matter are we the ones spearheading it. Just like America is carrying the whole world, it doesn't mean nothing. That is why we don't use Igbo in IPOB. It does not matter. We have about 9 clans in Biafra land. So it's not about Igbo. That is the reason why you see today our people, our people from Aniocha, they used to tell them they're not Igbo. Today they fight. How did you think it come about? It is the job of IPOB. Mazi Namikano single-handedly wake every single person up. So you keep your Igbo one side first. And remember, there's nothing that deep Igbo that survive. That is why today, whatever you're reading, you can't read it because it's not going anywhere. Talking about IPOB. What about the women you're leading? What happened with them? Failure. So let me move on because I'm going to come back to her. But firstly, I want to address some issues. You see, these 100 men, right? There's a lot of things pumping up right now. People are saying things. And again, I want to show Biafrans something, right? Like I said, Imam Mezu, Uchemofo, Umeh, we have to mention their names, right? Today, people are talking. How did Chikedozium become Onyendu appoint Chikedozium head of the Directorate of State? Onyendu appoint Chikedozium the head of the Directorate of State. Onyendu still in Kuje prison. Mazi Namikano did not appoint Chikedozium when he was outside. Chikedozium was appointed. Onyendu appointed Chikedozium in Correction Center, Kujo prison. That is where Onyendu appointed Chikedozium as head of the Directorate of State. Let it be sinking in everybody's ear. You see all this jumping up and down because I see so many of you are not being taught, are not being schooled. You can run from now to Jerusalem, right? 100 man committee That is the new phase of IPOB. Whether you like it or not, it is either you are in or out. Did you know how Uchemofo walk away from IPOB? Because Uchemofo knows that IPOB is bigger than him. He have tried. I always tell Uchemofo he's a good man, but Uchemofo was used as well. But the ego could not allow him to come back. I know a lot of people that ego have held down. The biggest obstacle a black man has is ego. That cannot admit that you made mistake, because none of us today, like our parents cannot admit they were wrong, and we still have that mentality. In this part of the world we live today, when you did wrong to your kids, you must admit it. You know why? Because you don't want them to grow up with trauma. Things have changed. You have to pipe down. When you make mistake, what makes you a man is to put your hands up and say, I'm fucked up. I'm sorry. He couldn't do that. He was used. But today, what is it? He tried. They have their proxies attacking Mazi Nnamdi, but it does not work. So I'm going to say it again. For some of you, IPOB, I will repeat it again for the avoidance of doubt. IPOB is not a political party. We don't, every single one of you that being appointed was appointed by our leader. And that is why every single one of you, we always go back to go and listen and see how the structure of IPOB is. Head of Directorate of State, Chief cannot make this decision without Mazi Nnamdi. He cannot make any decision without Onyendu's authorizing it. The head of everybody's Mazi Nnamdi, he's the supreme of IPOB. So let it sink in. It's very, very important to sink in. Now, there's something I want to talk about, because like I said, the saga is now between those that were the good and the evil, because we now have IPOB media, the real IPOB media. Have you ever had some Tom flip-flopping? Have you ever had some Tom? There was a time some Tom was off. You wouldn't even can't find him in Twitter for like, maybe I was looking, you can't find some Tom. That's a man. That's the one I say. This is people that cannot move. I see a couple of people that were misfiring. Have you ever seen some Tom misbehave? Even the protest in United Kingdom, I saw he share it. He wouldn't say anything. Do you know why? Because this is a boy, a guy that was stood in 14th of September 2017 in Afalukube, covered the onslaught in the Afalukube. With all the machine gun with platoon in Afaloku, sometime with Canon Takano was in that house. Covered. That is why we can prove evidence of what happened in Afalukube. Who get it? It was sometime. That's what we call media warrior. If there's anything to give to anybody, it's sometime the general himself. I have my hands up because I was live on air watching what was happening at our leader's house. Now, why I'm saying this, right? I see some of them doing comparisons of the protest that was done in United Kingdom and the one done in Aba. My question to every single one of you, drenched, because right now it's like you guys have gone drenched, right? It's like Mazi Nnamdi kind of become, a sink. It's like a drenched. There's some of you have Mazi Nnamdi how do I put the word? Because people have some trauma drenchment syndrome. It's like Mazi Nnamdi drenchment syndrome. That's what is piping up with people. Anything mention MLK, people want to go and hang themselves, right? So is the protest now? That's the one that have to be evaluated, that have to equate what he could do and what he couldn't do. Because if you ask me, the protest you guys did in United Kingdom, I live here. These people that you see doing protests, I don't want to comment or discredit anybody. Our leader's wife, I saw her speaking there, right? But this is not IPOB that we know now. We know how we do protests in the United Kingdom. Yeah? I don't want to comment on it. But one question to you. Those that are comparing the two protests, which one do you think that is more effective? The one he did in United Kingdom or the one that did in Biafra land that the world are watching? How many protests have we done in UK? How many protests? People are talking. Buhari been ambushed here. Well, all this thing we did. Okorocha was ambushed in United Kingdom. People did it. You guys are messing around. But you should not go after people. The protest that was done in Aba, this protest here, right? There's a protest that was done in Aba this year by IPOB, which these monsters didn't know. But this 1 million march of Mazi Nnamdi on 12th of March, coalition of lovers of freedom, free our leader, Mazi Nnamdi. People were countering this particular protest. Tells you all you need to know. But then there are mounting protests in UK. Buhari is coming. And you can see they are intervening. You see BBC Igbo went there, tells you all you need to know. Now BBC Igbo is covering IPOB. That tells you all you need to know. When BBC is covering IPOB, that means you know. Because now we become a joke. But I want to make people understand, because this is one of the things I said. Family Writers was made, it was an IPOB. And I will always give people respect when it's due. You see Uchemofo, regardless what Uchemofo have done in the past, I will always mention Uchemofo, because Uchemofo play a part in this family. And that's why I said a lot of things Uchemofo said he forgot. Uchemofo told us what Onyendu, the sacrifice Onyendu did. Uchemofo will call Onyendu name. When I look at him, I know it is ego. It is ego, nothing else. Uchemofo was the one that named Awadi the Onyendu. None of us, it was him that give Mazi Nankan or Hamadike Onyendu. Or Hamadike was Mamezu. Onyendu is Uchemofo. These are men that understood the value of our leader, that was close to him. But when he fell on the west side, he don't know what to do. I remember when these Family Writers, Press International came out. I don't think that Son Tomi is still part of it, because everything was hijacked by the cabal. This boy that lives in Ivory Coast, they call Emeka Gift. Uchemofo did not approve this particular, because Uchemofo said anything that is not IPOB completely, we don't want faction in IPOB. That was Uchemofo. Uchemofo did not approve this. And this is one of the things they hated him for. But he was standing in the guiding principle of IPOB. There's no fractions. Omwada or whatnot, Uchemofo did not approve. Even in the UK here, brought problem between him and Justice Okachi. We remember all these things. I'm just giving you a bit of short history. But this is the people that are comparing the protest that was done in UK, people outside IPOB, the Nigerians now campaigning for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You're comparing it. I ask you a question. How deranged are you guys? Because if you go back on the days of apartheid, Mandela, all of us contributed money back home then to help the South Africans. It wasn't South Africans actually was protesting for the apartheid. It was the white people and the world at large. So how can you discredit anybody that put any effort to release your leader and your mountain protest? That means when you validate that, there's no protest that value. There's no other protest you will do that will be value. Now, this guy that lives in Italy, they call Patrick Nkem, which he will not recover his delusional, because he's a delusion. He's an idiot. As far as I'm concerned, I spoke to him 1 or 2 times. Look at what somebody is writing. What difference will protest in Aba make? Will it free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Sokoto prison? Curiosity. Now the question is, this protest that was done in the United Kingdom here, can you reverse this question back to those that did it? What effort does it have to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? I'm going to leave it here because I want Biafrans to always think and ask questions. You see these individuals, these animals you see, yeah? None of them joined IPOB for anything good. I know when he came from claiming that maybe he's from Igbo Delta. I don't see anything Igbo Delta. I believe we are all Igbos, you know. We have, because if a Bakeke man speaking, I don't even hear what they see. Someone from Anyocha can even hear what an Anyocha person is saying when they speak Igbo Dam. Someone from Bakeke, I won't hear nothing from Nsuka. I won't hear nothing. Can't even understand unless he speaks Central Igbo. So there's no difference between us. But if you feel inferiority, that's your problem. I don't have a problem with it. But these things you guys are doing, you need to stop. I will leave it there, because that's what I just want to advise all of you, because you guys are battling each other, which is okay. Guys, carry on doing what you guys are doing. Our job is to educate. Yeah. So now I'm gonna move forward, you know, because I don't have much time here to listen. The reason why I came here, I want somebody to tag this woman. I don't know who gave her Lolo, but if it's Lolo, I don't know. But I'm addressing so-called Lolo Neka, aka Jezebel Omada Highway 2.0. Somebody need to tell her, advise her, and tell her, and mention them to her, that those that came before her could not succeed. And how dare you think you will? Right? When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned, a lot of things happened. I will like to play a couple videos to start this program with, just to lay the foundation of this woman. I know that she's doing videos now because maybe I don't know if she monetized her page or those that are pressurizing her. Because the very first day I had that woman voice, what he went to see Onyen do, and he said you're a journalist and start saying things that he shouldn't say. Maybe he does not understand that people go to prison. Even in the United Kingdom, where I am right now, what he's saying social media can get you locked up. You cannot go outside to say things that was not authorized for you to say about somebody. You know, when defamation is a crime, as I stand right now, or even bullying somebody online is a crime in UK, right? It's very, very important we be on the same page. And I think that after this particular thing you did, there was a clear warning from our leader through the legal team that you should not mention, because you will never near Mazi Nnamdi again. You become irrelevant. So now what do? You want to be doing video. You have nothing to do. A grandmother like you cannot respect yourself. Like I said, I'm not going to be brutal this afternoon. I just want to listen to a couple of things you say. I'll respond to it mildly. But as you carry on doing what you're doing, I'm not listening to whatever you said. But I just want to advise you. You remember there was people before you that even have contributed in IPOB. Let alone someone that's an outsider. Because he came through the back door. Saw you when you were running around in Federal High Court. I never took you serious because my spirit never, for instance, when I look at people, I have a discerning spirit inside of me, but I won't say anything negative about what you're doing because every effort is needed. You know, until you bring who you are, then we'll address you. Now, I want you, I said somebody should tag her on this program. Maybe she watch it later, you know, well, I don't care, but let somebody let her hear what I have to say. But before then, I want to play a couple videos, audio, for her to listen to.
When they sit at home, and I asked our people, those that I had discussion, I said, but what is the reason? They don't even give any reason why we should suspend it. And they said he didn't give a reason. And I asked them, but you tell me, what reason would I give Biafrans why I am suspending this sit at home when our demands has not been met? That was my question. I asked those both in DOS and those who were not in DOS that I had the opportunity to speak.
Somebody should tell her that this voice is Chika, Paul Edoziem, the so-called director, the head of Director of State, which he doesn't exist. You know, the man is dormant for over 2 years now. Have not said anything concerning our leader. People are scrambling for leadership, but your leader is being held. Even though Yondu was sentenced to life in prison, did you hear any press release from Chika Edoziem? The answer is no. Tells you all you need to know. But the reason why I'm playing these voices before I should address this woman is that this is the sit at home. This is the fundamental issue we have in Biafra land there. If anybody has killed in Biafra land, if anybody has died one way or the other in Biafra land, who is responsible is Chika Edoziem and his cronies. I want this woman to understand something. Let her know that if anybody have died in Biafra land based on sit at home, the people responsible for it, when you talk about accountability, the people responsible for the death of Biafrans in Biafra land is Chika Paul Edoziem cronies. Because he was the one, you can hear him here, defining the order from the highest command to suspend the sit at home. The whole problem we have in Biafra land today boiled down on Chika Paul Edoziem did not initiate what Onyendu asked him to do. So when you refuse order from your highest command, it's treasonable, it's treason. In military, it's death. So Chika Edoziem is the one responsible for whatever that happened in Biafra land. I want it to be on record because I will have to reiterate this. That who is responsible for the damage in Biafra land is Chika Paul Edoziem, no other person. It's on record. I have a lot of things, but I just want to play a little video for you to incorporate what I have to say on what you have said. I said Onyendu told you. Very, very important.
The news. I asked them, what will be the reason I have to give? And So, well, with that, sorry, I think I'm trying to mix a little thing here, but the lawyers have not come back to us now. Now, this is before the night, the first day of it. So, when I was asking them, what is the reason they want us to suspend this thing? And they told me that we should use NACO as an excuse. I mean, we should use NACO because of the exam that the people are trying to hold. And I said, but NACO doesn't really, it's not the strongest excuse to give the Biafrans why they will, why we should stop the sit at home. And I will be very, very frank. And I'll take the responsibility. I haven't said it on air before because it's not.
I hope this woman, so-called, this Neka, Omada Highway, you're listening. Chika Paul Edoziem accepted responsibility of the murder and the death in Biafra land. He accepted it on life on air. This is his voice. To people to be clarified on what has happened. Very, very important. Because you don't know.
I don't come on air to, and I said, because there is no reason from our leader that we should stop this sit at home, that we are going.
After due consultation with our leader.
Now, for the benefit of this lady, the voice she heard was Chika Paul Edoziem. Yeah? He accepted of Onyendu, define Onyendu soda based on sit at home in Biafra land. We started sit at home from 2016. And he always successful. We started sit at home, led by Uchemofo. Since 2016, we've been practicing this. And it has been successful because whenever we come out, they murder our people. They mow us down. That is why now we employ sit at home. And it's going into their marrow, but you cannot abuse it. Now, the voice you're hearing now, the second voice is the one they call Chinasa Nwolu, Chinasa, the slave that nobody knows, the faceless animal, the monk. Nobody knows where this monster lives. I think I say he lives in Kuwait. You go on social media and see what he's writing. Incoherently. The man has turned to Islam. He's a Muslim. He's a converted Muslim, hardcore one. These are the people, the monsters that they're pillaging Biafra land. Now, listen to what he have to say, because why I'm telling you, you're talking about the IPOB DOS. You don't even know who these men are. But you vouching for people you don't know what they have done. I'm playing this audio for you to hear. Those that have employed you, because we know the tone, your voice, where your voice came from. But your voice will speak now. So you will go back and tell him what you heard him said, confirming the sit at home. So the carnage that is in Biafra land today, or see whatever happened there is detrimental to Chika Paul Edoziem and this monster you seen here, coaching us and very, very important.
We went ahead, conducted the first sit at home that was carried around the world. Our leader continued to send message that the sit at home, we should call it off. The message continued to come. Everybody was reluctant to call it off. Why I'm explaining this?
Okay, that's very, very important. It's very, very good that I play this audio in the hearing of this lady, because it is very, very imperative to her to understand that she cannot speak in any shape or form, make a comment concerning IPOB. You're not a member of IPOB. You're not a member of IPOB, that's number one. Number two is that no one asks you to speak. The things you said about our leader never gave you the authorization to say them. But I'm not going to listen to the whole video. That's why I played the Chika Edoziem voice for you. Miley. I got another voice I'm going to play at the end of this program. Now I'm going to play some of your voice, what he said on your first interview. Your first interview is what I'm interested on, which has been addressed by the legal proceedings within the legal structure based on you disseminating information that was not authorized for you to do so. You don't understand the consequences of that. You're claiming that you're a journalist, but now you have turned a content creator. When you mount microphone in your bedroom, in your sitting room, in your garage, they'll be yapping nonsense. I think maybe you have a family and you're a grandmother, if I'm not mistaken. You need to first of all respect yourself if you want some. Let's listen to what you have to say, because I got another like 20, 25 minutes here. I'm going to wrap up this program.
This is
she's speaking Igbo, right? But I will be interpreting this in English for those that, because this is not, I'm not going to use Igbo to do this, because, you know, when they want to commit crime, they will go into vernacular and start speaking Igbo. I don't know who is not. Amazon does not limited to Igbo speaking Biafrans. So somebody should educate this woman on what we are doing, because she came through the back door. It is not about Igbo. No, that's not IPOB. For your information. So I will be responding to her with English. I won't speak Igbo on this. Very, very important.
Anya na-efegharị n'iru akwụkwọ anyị amarọ nke bụ nke sokwa gbagwoju m anya. Nke mbụ m jụrụ ya si biko kedu ndị anyị na-eso kedu ndị awụghị m onye IPOB abụọ m onye ESN mana onye ọbụla bụ.
Now, this woman went to see our leader. I know a lot of people have seen this video, right? According to her, when they went to visit Onyendu in Sokoto with Ezembe, and she had the audacity to go into radio somewhere, I don't know which radio is this, and make some, you know, public statement that was not authorized. And she speaks it in Igbo language, which I'm not gonna interpret it in Igbo. I won't use Igbo to do this program, because this is Alpha Power Media International, so it's not limited to the only Igbo people listening. I think where she went to do that is just Igbo radio station back in Biafra land. Now, this is part of the video, I think about 9 minutes, where I just cut her to talk about, which is significant to me, that I want to point out. She said she went to visit Onyendu, and he asked Onyendu to send her a message. Firstly, Onyendu, he asked Onyendu to send you a message to deliver to who? Our leader want to send messages not from you. You are not the only person. So what about the coalition that you went with? Is there any have come out to make any public statement about Onyendu? Or are you telling me that if Onyendu actually required someone to say something to the Igbos, are you the perfect person to say it? As he went there, Ezemri was the one that brought you in. Ezemri never make any public statement about our leader. Said or he said, she said. That is a red flag. He didn't went there. He have an agenda. And that is what you're exhibiting here. So I'm going to tell you again, which that Onyendu have already disqualified you from saying anything that was not authorized. But I'm making it open that Onyendu never sent you any message. Full and short and simple. Let's go.
Onye Igbo si na ihe ndị IPOB na-eme ọ nọhụ kwado ma ọ bụ si akwado Obiobasi. Mụ ọtụna ndị kwadoro nụ maka ihe ha okwu ha na-ekwu gbasara ọnọdụ Igbo bụ eziokwu, and sọsọ ihe mma nwere ike ime ewu isonye n'ụzọ m nwere ike na-etinye ọnụ and eto ha ka ọtụtụ ndị Igbo si na.
Now, she's saying that every Igbo, you know, is in accordance with what IPOB is doing, and everybody believes in what we are doing. But I'm going to say to you now, it's not every Igbo that believes in what we are doing. And sometimes when you're doing something, everybody is not going to come with you. This is why you're delusional, and because you're dealing with emotion, madam. Everybody did not support, and not every Igbo that support what we are doing now as we're speaking now. Your household, or even your husband might not be in support of what you are doing. So don't speak for people. This is why women cannot lead, because you feel with emotion. You cannot say that. Not everybody that is in support of what we are doing. And we don't hold them anything. It's either you support or not, but you can't come and make public statement that every Igbo. No, I disagree with you. You can't say that. That's how myopic you are.
Mazi ya biko kedu ndị bụzi ndị otu gị? Ọ bụ ndị otu Simon Ekpa ka ọ bụ DOS? Kedu ndị Igbo ga-elegara anya tata? Ọ sị m na DOS na DOS bụ IPOB afọ anya tata na onye nwa hiwere DOS ọkwa ya bụrụ onye isi DOS. Nsị ya biko ka ezi ihe kpatara iji wee nwee DOS oge ịbara na nga ịpụta kwuo si onye a ga na-ege ntị.
You know, this is very childish. You know why I'm saying this? That's why I don't even want to dwell on this issue. Because whoever that give this woman this advice to come and make public statement, everything you're saying is boiled down on one direction. DOS. It's like somebody from has asked you to go and say this. It's very obvious. Because if he asks our leader this kind of a question, Onyendu will not speak to you. To my dead father, sworn with my dead father. If you, as an outsider of IPOB, ask Mazi this question, we know who our leader is. Onyendu will not entertain you with this kind of conversation. He asks Mazi, who do you follow? Did you just listen to yourself? Are you this daft? Who the heck is advising this old woman? He asking a man that leading millions of people. And you went to beat him in Sokoto prison for the first time. This is the question we're asking him. Who Igbo should follow? It's not Igbo should follow. Who Biafra should follow for your information. Because you're not schooled properly. And I can categorically tell you that everything you are saying here is lie. You cannot have this conversation with Mazi Nanekano. I'm telling you, I know who our leader is. I know who Mazi Nanekano is. And I can tell you the kind of conversation you entertain and you will not entertain. But let me say something to you. IPOB structure, for your information, the DOS is a body of IPOB, which all of us are in. A trickle from the top to the bottom, from bottom to the top. So it is not individual. And who heads IPOB? You could see Directorate of State means the DOS, the administrative level of IPOB. But who is in charge is Mazi Nanekano. So for you, an outsider that is not under oath of IPOB, to go and ask Mazi Nanekano questions based on IPOB structure. And Onyendu will sat down with you in prison and be explaining to you. Issue of Simon Ekpa. I will play you a video here for Simon Ekpa, which is not necessary. As this goes by, today I'm going to address you, but I will play you more videos of them to you to listen. How Simon Ekpa issued metamorphosis, because the people that actually who that brought Simon Ekpa as an impediment to tomorrow morning was Ifeanyi Ejiofor, because he was just like as he came now lying, saying things Onyendu didn't ask you to say. If Onyendu have authorized Ejiofor to go and speak to Chike Doziem or Former to give Simon a slot in Radio Biafra, nobody will have conversation. But Ejiofor went to deliver this message to Simon Ekpa, so Onyendu asked you to go and take over Radio Biafra, and he went back and give the message to Chike Doziem. And Simon now believed that Onyendu passed that message directly, because what Ejiofor was doing is to cause division within IPOB. And they fought for it. So DOS you're calling here is quite irrelevant for you to be talking about DOS. DOS, Onyendu will never speak to you about DOS. I'm going to tell you this now. And the DOS, make no mistake about DOS. Onyendu foresee the DOS, whatever happened in DOS. He made the decision, not them. Very, very important.
But Simon Ekpa. Ebe nwere DOS. Osim n'oge ya gara ebe anwa ya na nwa amadi ahụ debe ahụ ka onye otu mara okwu ekwu. So ihe ya gwara ya bụ ya kubu okwu n'igwe okwu were gbasawa okwu na ya nyedikwa ya onye isi. Ya bụ Simon Ekpa. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu sị na ihe ya gwara Simon Ekpa bụ ebe o nwere olu nkwuwa okwu. Ya si ya were igwe okwu, ọwụ nna ofu onye na-agbasa ozi n'igwe okwu ndị a. ọtụtụ ndị na-agbasa ya wesịa ngwa ebe ọ nọ n'ebe ahụ ọ nọ ya were igwe okwu gbasawa okwu na ọ na-ama anụhụ na mgbe ya fụrụ na
Yeah, it's important you go and ask a Geoffrey, if I knew Geoffrey, go and ask the Carol Master what happened. He was the person that brought that message, just like you were there and I lied. The problem we have with Simon Ekpa was a Geoffrey. Misinformation. Just like as you are now giving misinformation to public. He said, she said. That was the problem. And this conversation you're having here, you never had it with Onyendu, which has been proven that the lawyer had said it. But for the avoidance of that, to address your issue, I have to let you understand this.
ya gwakwa ndị mmadụ onye sokwere ihe onye a na-ekwu na ọ bụdị ihe ekwuru ka ọ na-eme. Anụrụ m mgbe ọsị ya kwube n'okwazie mgbe ọ pụtara sị na ihe a abụghịkwa ihe asị mebe. Mgbe esi ya oke ọ dị mma enwekwe ndị otu dịkwa iche iche kịta na.
So if you had him when Onyendu told him to speak on Radio Biafra and when Onyendu asked him not to, then why are you still questioning our leader? If that is the case, sometimes you have to speak and listen. Keep quiet, because whoever that you are talking to you is daft. Both of you are just ranting. Because best of the several affairs together, she gave you a platform for you to come and yap and talk rubbish. Probably give her some change, and she allow you to be gushing up trash. Because if I'm standing, if I invite you to talk to you about this issue, I'm going to ask you fundamental questions. What moral ground did you have to go and ask Mazi the kind of the day-to-day affair of IPOB? And who are you to do that? Because you went to see him? Of course not. This is insane.
Rising sun. Ọ dịkata ha na-ede akwụkwọ na-ekwu okwu dịzị ka gị na ha ọ na-arụ. Maka na mị na onye isi David ma ọfụma ịdị mma. Ogwu ya si ya ka eji ihe ọjịzi dịka akpọchapụziri ndị DOS nwanụ bụ ndị na ọdụ ka ndị otu akwụ ndị isi.
Now, this woman here, I don't think you have common sense. Now, listen to yourself, right? You're questioning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are going to the court this time. You are going there to cover Onyendu's appearance in court before he was illegally sentenced to life in prison. And he never asked this question. And Onyendu have made it publicly that we should raise funds for Avid. Let me tell you something. IPOB, yeah, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu led Biafra at large. So, are you telling me that the people that are the lobbyists for IPOB in Capitol Hill, and because they're avid, people came out to support what we are doing? Now, in questioning Onyendu, how it looks like the IPOB DOS has now been pushed aside. They were not pushed aside. IPOB DOS was not pushed aside. There's a structure. The people that are pushed aside are those that are compromised already, which I think you have to say that with your mouth. Then I will explain to you. That's why I played the first video to you. If Chike Doziem is loyal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, why would he disobey Onyendu? When Onyendu said, suspend the seat at home. Because they saw the danger on the horizon. If that seat at home was not stopped, what they plan is to massacre our people, even though they did part of it. Because it's not the scale of when this particular thing happened on August 2021, which you don't know anything about. Your focus is in DOS. That is why there is something that is not right. Because if you went there to speak to Onyendu, why are you so concerned about DOS? You're not a member of IPOB. You don't know the DOS. You don't know their name as you claim. So why are you so, pertinent of questioning Onyendu about DOS if you have this conversation with our leader? Why? That's the red flag there. The Abid you're talking about. and Rising Sun. What they have done, ask Chika Paul Doziem and his cronies, since Onyendu was kidnapped, what have they done? Common protest, they will not stage. The one they stage in Biafra land, they murdered our people. We're going to do program on this 31st of this month, March. They murdered 50 men, to the Apalawa men there with men. More than 100 of our people were missing. They came online, came on air and make noise after. You're talking about killings in Biafra land. Those people you're talking to, your voice you're speaking, question Abbas, what's it called? China Sawanketa, question him. Because he had their voice from the beginning of this program. I played it for you to listen. They disobey Mazi Nnamdi. This is it. Once you disobey Onyendu, you become irrelevant. That's how it works. Obey before complain. It's either you're in or you're out, and you'll be out, do what? Yapping. That's what they're doing right now. Continue.
Omepo sim no toto compromise go. Where see o get compromise ya obuzo otu gi now. Get represent o we che na o ga aka moto no patra feel na enwe ko o tede. One ahaje ha karịa ịwakpụtezi n'etiti na-ekewa ọfụma. Ajụkwa m nwanne ya nwoke ajụjụ a. Njụkwa ya sị ya na ụmụnne ya na-emebi ihe. Ọmakwa ihe ụmụnne ya na-eme. Na ụmụnne ya na-emebi ihe. Na ịmana na okwu bịa ọ na-ede ka kerozin enweghị onye ụjọ ga-ekwepụta.
Now, she talked about the division in IPOB based on the Rising Sun and whatever and Abid, which there's no division. Even before Onyendu was rendition, Onyendu have section of Americans that were designated that it was in charge of the lobbyists in America. That's why I say you're not a member of SAR. There's no need of me saying things you don't even understand how the structure was, right? It's very, very important. So it doesn't matter. Our leader is in there in our code of conduct. You don't have to be a member of IPOB to work for IPOB. So that is how it works. Just get that record straight. Now he's dabbling into Onyendu's family. That is asking if Onyendu is aware of what his brothers are doing. You know, he's going personal. So everything you are, the way you are, everything you're saying, it's incoherent because everybody that knows what have transpired in IPOB can see where you are coming from and the tone and the voice you're speaking from. It's very, very important. It's not far-fetched, I can tell you. But the reason why I'm doing this program is for you. Because now we see that what you're doing is now you're into content creating, you talk every day, things you don't know. You're not a member of IPOB, but the organization you're leading, you're not talking about them. Why are you talking about IPOB? If from the one it came through the back door, if you didn't have an agenda. But people like you will not, you're gone. Those that, nearly afraid them, Madam Oibo them, these are names, we're going to do program, probably we're watching and hear about them and what they did in IPOB, let alone you that came from, we don't even know who you are. To me, you don't exist. But it's important to address it because the tone you're speaking, the voice you're speaking is the voice of the people that we know. That's why we're responding to it. And it's not because of you. I'm responding to the voice that sent you. Remember that.
Nsi a na ihe ụmụnne gị ga-eme ga-enutu gị. Nsi a ya lee ụwazi ike tata. Ema sị na Igbo anaghị enweghị eze. Igbo adachi Igbo anyhow.
That is where you fail. Don't compare Mazi Nnamdi with Wazirike. You never see any Wazirike family members in IPOB. Do not compare Mazi Nnamdi with Wazirike. There's no comparisons in these two. And even in Ojukwu, that is our spirit, our internal leader. Do not compare Mazi Nnamdi with Wazirike. Don't make that mistake. There's something not wrong with you. You're not demented, you old fool. Do not ever you mention that name and push Mazi Nnamdi to attach to it. There's no comparisons there. Let me educate you a little bit. If Mazi Nnamdi family wanted money, their two parents wouldn't be dead. Because there's ample opportunity for them to be compromised. If you don't know, 2017, former governor of Abia State, Ojuzo Okalo, it was live on Facebook after he went to see Onyendu. When Onyendu was released with Stinging Bell, he went to Afalukui Beg to meet Onyendu. If he was to compromise or to collect money, this is why we know wretched people that came with wretched-minded people. Everything you talk about is money, money. How much have you contributed in IPOB to question what Mazi Nnamdi brothers are doing? And the sister. Who the heck are you to come to tell us who is giving money or who doesn't give money? If you want to give money, give. If you don't want to give money, to hell with it. Who cares? It's not about Igbo stuff. Get this into your score, because I don't know when you start jumping up and down talking about, there's nothing at Igbo attached to that survived it. There's no organization that have Igbo attached to it that survive. Go and do your research. Or how many fractions do they have? Igbo Union, how many fractions do they have? It does not work. As long as they share money, once they share money, everybody now will start speaking with both sides of their mouth. Because he came in with something. He came in to come and gain something. He didn't come to support. Because if he comes to support, he won't be questioning what is happening. Those that have been there for years contributing and not talking, it is you that just came from nowhere to come and tell us what Onyendu's families are doing. The two parents have died. How much are you going to give them to bring them back? You old fool. How much are you going to give those families to bring their mother and father back? A king and queen. You demented old woman. How much are you going to give them?
Enwekwa ike ịpụta ụgwọ a na-asị iwu onye isi Igbo gburugburu, enwe onye ga-adọkwa gị n'akwa, enwe onye ga-akụ gị ihe.
Madam, Mazi Nnamdi did not fall in that category. Mazi Nnamdi didn't come for Igbo. Take it or leave it. What Mazi Nnamdi is fighting for is liberation of black race in general. If you have any iota of idea of what has done, if he understood what IPOB have done to the mind of average black man, including Africans, to be precise, do not gush out idiocy from your mouth, please. But I would like you to still ranting, because it's very important to address those that sent you. Because you're gushing out words that you didn't even know what you're saying. You're repeating yourself. Question you need to answer to me is that how much would you pay to bring Israel Okukano and Lord Ugeze back to the family? If you can give me the amount of money that can bring them back, if not, madam, go and suffocate yourself with your family, you miserable old woman. I said, remember what I said? I said, how much would you pay to bring those two family, those two parents back? I'm not talking about IPOBs that died. You know why? Because this is a struggle. People are going to die. People are going to die. They did not start killing us. Don't talk about the killing in Biafra land. They started killing us from 1945. Talk about it. Don't talk about what's happening now in Biafra land. They didn't start killing us today. The person that came to stop that killing, that the Fulani did not take over Biafra land today, is honor to IPOB, to Mazi Nnamdi. And you don't come and tell us about people that died. The people that die are of people that disobey Mazi Nnamdi and play the voice here. If you want to question about people, what happened aftermath of Onyendu's rendition, you need, because at the end of the day, even if we have to indict people, the people that are responsible for that particular act were Chikedozie and his cronies. Is there on record for you to see? Onyendu continued to send message and send message. Everybody was reluctant. That is the word of China Sawanketa. It's on record. We have them. Like I told them, I'm not here to do saga. Whenever I'm coming here, I come out with my evidence. So for you to dabble into this issue that is beyond you, you need to be mindful of what is coming out of your mouth. But everything you said about Okukano family, yeah, Onyendu's brother and sisters, you will take over their responsibility. So you went to Sokoto to see Onyendu. Have you gone back there now? Have you gone back? Have you gone back to see our leader again? The people that seen our leader is his family members. Do you know how Nemeka go to bed at night? Do you know how he feels because he doesn't have his father since he was born? Do you know? You don't. So you are not in their shoes. And you dare not speak about the family of the people giving up everything as human beings. Even Jesus Christ's family was not in support of what he was doing. James was there. They ran away. It was only his mom, according to what the story they told us. But this family was unified in the front. On what their son believed, that both of the parents died. The brothers, the two brothers are there. The sisters are there. And you have the audacity to sit down in what God-forsaken, dirty room, talking nonsense from your mouth. Because I don't have any shame on you.
mana mgbe maka na ya amaghị igbo nke iwu gburugburu ya ọ mgbe ịkpọzi oku amara ndị ga-aza gị na nwanne na nsị ya na ọnọdụ gị ugbu a na-abụkwa igbo ọ bụrụ ezinụlọ nke uru na ị na-ede ede bụ igbo na ime ha n'ihe na
that is where you get it all wrong. Fundamentally, your brother Igbo did nothing. This is family. Because without the blessing of his family, Mazi will not go anywhere. I don't know which part of Igbo are you from. This is what you're going to teach your children. This is how your kids, because show us your kids. Bring your kids on camera since you make yourself in public. Give all the studies of your family, which includes your husband. Put them on pull your family, this woman, someone, let's tag this woman on this particular video. I dare you to set up the camera that now you're speaking. Put your entire family there. Let the whole world see their faces. If you cannot do that, if you couldn't do that, may your generation not see anything good. Maybe you don't know some people. Or go and ask people question. You, this woman, I said, if you do not set up a camera and put if you have grandchildren, make sure all of them, you put them on camera. Let all of us see who they are before you comment about Ukukano's family. I want those people that discredited our family Quebec. Go and look at all of them today. How is their life? The cross I'm placing upon you life on air here. And anything we say here, it doesn't go away. As I'm doing this program, I say someone should tag this woman. For the mere fact that you find it deep, find it fit to section and talk about the Okukano family that you know nothing about. My challenge to you, if you do not do this, yeah, you have incurred rot on your lineage. Mark my words somewhere. If you did not set up camera and put all your family members there, including your husband, and name them one after another so the whole world will see them, because now you are the face of the renegades, right? Then that is what you will encounter. You wouldn't even know. Go ask people that have dabbled into this issue. You don't dabble into this issue. This is not something people will dabble into. It is not. Because we know why we are here. I will allow it to still talk.
afụtazi ya ati ihe ezinụlọ nsị ya nna m ịdịgokwa nnukwu arụ kịta ụmụnne gị ama mbụgbu ihe dị na gị ịwụzi prọpati ndị Igbo kịta anya ka ị hụrụ eze eri ji hapụ ga nwoke ahụ adapụ apụ anyhow mụ nwa n'ebe a wee very private person na-emere onwe m ihe mana ọ maka gị ka m na-eji hapụ ga be.
No, you're not a private person. You're a wayward woman. You're very wayward. Look at how you are. You're very wayward. Don't get me wrong. I feel sorry for your kids. You are very wayward. I dare you to put your husband and your children with your grandkids on camera. With this nonsense you're doing now, you're very, very wayward. Ezeri can go and visit Mazi Nankana because you know the importance of what he's doing. Mazi Nankana have visited Ezeri before. He's paying me a visit that he's done before to him. Mazi Nankana have told Biafra land and pay homage to whom he do to. If you don't know, I will educate you. You don't come here and tell me nonsense. Don't talk rubbish you don't know because you're a stranger. You know? So the renegades that send you, go back and tell them. We have the history. There's nothing to... People like us, we don't shift ground. In IPOB, we are the gatekeepers. If you go up and come down, we expose everything that is hidden. That's why I'm a gatekeeper of IPOB. This is not just saying, I can back it up. I don't flip-flap.
Na-agbagharị onye ọbụla na-agbagharị ọwụ maka Igbo. Ị ga-agwa ụmụnne gị ka ha ga-enyere gị aka dịka ụmụnne, mana ha nọcha dịka ha nwere ọtọriti olu ikwu okwu na-represent ndị otu gị, ọ ha na-agbachapụzi otu a gbachapụ ka ọ bụrụ ha nọ n'isi maka na ịwụ nwanne ha, ọ ga-emebiri gị ihe. Nsị were Ụwazike, mana na-enwegwe Ụwazike na-etu a dịka nke ịwụkwa onye otu ya n'ala ebe ọ nọ. Nsị ya ịma ihe Igbo ji eso gị, ọ sị m mba. Nsị ya integrity.
You are the one now telling me now the kind of why people are following him. You are very daft. He's very, very deranged, man.
Igbo kwetere na integrity gị ka kwụ ọtọ. N'ịgwala anyị na anyị na-anụ olu gị mgbe ị na-eti mkpu akwa ịga na kọt ise na ị gaghị esi ebe a pụta ejighị Biafra. Anyị nwa nọzikwa n'ezi na-ehu ya aja na-agba mbọ ole anyị nwere ike ịhụ na anyị nyekwere gị aka ka ị weta nyanwụ Biafra. Ụmụnne gị nọ n'ezi na-agbara wing nke ha ji ga-achụ ego, agwara m ya komkom, ha ji gị efere ego ebe a efere.
Yeah, his brothers are making money out of Munyendu. The only thing I say to you is that tell me how much money, if there's no amount of money that can bring Israel Okukano back to life with Lord Ugeze, and the amount of money that will replace Nemeka having his father, playing with him, taking him to park. Nnamdi Kanu is a Britishism. Onyendu doesn't like anything. Mazi Nnamdi, if he's in this country, Onyendu lost his house. That's why today people are talking about accountability. Those are talking about accountability. How much have you contributed in IPOB? Uche Monfort told us, or it's not me, Uche Monfort said it openly. Mazi Nnamdi, you're calling his family name. You don't even know. I give you a little background. I will play Kanu voice based on what you stand for in the end of this program. That family you calling have put their sweat and blood into the struggle. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was homeless in this country because of Biafra, paying for Radio Biafra, was sleeping in his car in Tesco. Uche Monfort told us this, we didn't know. But there was more to that. Because that made Kanu to leave his job that he's doing in Germany to come to this country to come and live with his brother. To sponsor Radio Biafra, working in UK here to sponsor Radio Biafra. People are calling today, the people you're talking about have put their sweat and blood into this struggle. Let alone when you lost his house in UK because he was paying for Radio Biafra. When none of us know what was going on. Uche Monfort told us, it's not me, Uche Monfort, our former deputy. I will keep on mentioning that man's name. For one thing, he never questioned Onyendu until the devil possessed him. He was a loyal servant. I will always give him props. I'll give him his flower when he did well. When he messed up, let Chukwuabia judge him, because the blood of our people, he commanded our people, died in this struggle. That's why you should watch what he said. I said, Canon Takano left his job. You don't even know the kind of job Canon Takano do. Some of you don't know where Canon Takano work and what he does for a living. Nobody knows. He left his job in Germany and come to UK to come and live with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Both of them struggled to pay for Radio Biafra. That is monsters hijack in UK here. Change your name in it. So don't talk about money when it comes to people, Okukano family. I can vouch for that. Because if it was has to do with money, we wouldn't be here. People like us wouldn't join the struggle. We wouldn't be here. For your information. So these people you're mentioning their names, madam, you know, even reach that state past their one. Because Onyendu is locked up in the prison. Chike does them in his cronies. What they do, they siphon. We do program to educate you publicly. Everything that happened from the day Onyendu was rendition, there's a program that is going to prompt up now. We are going back to the basics. Because people like you that are naive, we need to educate you. So before you speak, you need to ask fundamental question first. This is not about money. It was meant to money. Yeah. They will not be talking about IPOB today. Nobody will be talking about IPOB. The chicken change you're talking about. Chicken change. That means nothing. Actually, Kedosiem and his counterparts and his monsters cronies. How Onyendu been surviving for the past last 5 years? Where are they getting the fund from? Ask them, how much have they gave for Onyendu since 5 years? Mass not can be held. They hijacked our finance. That's the structure of IPOB. Go and ask them that question before you come here to dabble into things you don't know.
efere ego ebe a ọ na-apịtọkwa aha gị ị ga-agwa ụmụnne gị ha nọcha ha bịa ebe a ha tupu ọnwa ahụ bịa.
Yeah, you guys want his family members to abandon him. Let's assume that Onyendu's family, the accused kind of selling Onyendu. Let's assume that actually your wishes was granted. Let's turn the table around. That Onyendu family now was fighting Onyendu based on their mother and father has died. Everybody will say, yeah, we told you that they sold him. The only anger you guys have is because Okukano family are united. That's all. You people that were born into dysfunctional family does not understand what fundamental love is. The only problem that beating all of you to death is because there's no division within these three boys. Forget about their sisters. But these three boys, they will never left each other's side. Kano Takani came from Germany when he was released 2017. How many of these so-called US have gone home? The time they went home in 2022 or 23, Chikedozem and China Sanworu, when they went to collect money, people were saying it was lie, but it wasn't. They traveled home. The one that lives in Germany, the deputy director of state, that one was using our office in Germany. He was sleeping there, packing things, went back home and married. All of us are doing Biafra. Madam, you need to ask questions before you come here to rant. Ask questions. But subsequently, as the program is going to come, because we have to go into educate our people again, because there's need for it. Very, very important.
Ya nyere gị aka ha ga-enye gị dịka ụmụnne ha ga-apụtago nyere gị aka enidede ha nsị na ọ bụ ọkwa sọsọ gị bụ onye Igbo nọ na Sokoto prison ahụ ụmụnne ha dị ahịa atọ ute nwanne gị nwoke ma nwanne gị nwaanyị a na-ekwugharị ihe a na Igbo kwụsị iweta ego ugbu a Naịjirịa kacha ebe a ha ga-enwezi ohere sef mgbe gị ha nwere family mgbe gị ga-ama na ha nwere commitment more.
The Sokoto you went to, so it was bought for you. So how much have you contributed? Show us the receipt. Stop talking nonsense. Your narrative that the money, somebody brought money and you are boasting. You shouldn't be running around calling people. If there is true that you couldn't care less about the ticket, why didn't you just buy it without money? Why do you want to know who brought money and who didn't bring money? You are a wretched woman. Very, very wretched.
Ya dọọ nwanne ya nwoke a na-akpọ Emmanuel aka na ntị o ji afa gị ana ego ọ pụtala ihe ịgwara ya ekwuru m ya ọ pụta gị ihe nsị a na ọ na-ekwu n'okpuru ọ ga-adọta gị maka ndị iro nọ n'akụkụ na-achọ ihe a ga-eweta ndị niile a na-enye ya ego a na-eteki rekọd.
Madam, let anybody that give you money put it online. Your money means absolutely nothing. If you find it fit to give him money, what Emmanuel is doing, you cannot do it. What Emmanuel is doing, you cannot do it. So to hell with it. Like I said, how much is he going to be enough to bring the two parents back? If it is no money, I don't give a monkeys about whom gave him money and who didn't give him money. I don't care. And it's none of your freaking business. It does not concern you. It does not concern you, madam, because you're wretched.
ụfọdụ ga na-etepu ihe a na-etepu anụ na m ọtụtụ ịmana akwa ịma na ota m nọchi enwere onye na-ada akpọ m. In fact enwere ụtụtụ ihe a na-agwa m.
Yeah, this is the problem. You see, anybody that want to go viral, they attach themselves. When you are struggling to go into court, it was just to see your face. We are Mazi. That's nothing else. You are an agent of provocateur from day one. There's an agenda. Those that sent you have a purpose, but you're dead on arrival because what are you going to do? You're an outsider to start with. Those that IPOB member couldn't infiltrate IPOB, let alone someone that came from nowhere. You're destitute, so there's no need. But we allow you because, like I said, your tone of voice, we know the voice and tone of people that you're portraying. And that is the more reason why I took my time, because this is the first time I'm going to respond to this video. I'm not going to talk about anything. We're going to consequently probably do other video taking passes. But someone like you does not understand the foundation of IPOB. So you're not in a position whatsoever to speak anything about IPOB. Very, very important. You are not in a position to talk about IPOB in any shape or form. In any shape or form, you are not in a position to speak about IPOB because IPOB is beyond some naive individual like you. Even those that send you, they're all blind. They don't know. What you're focusing. If you went to see Onyendu, as you claim, Onyendu speak to you, why is it centered in DOS and Onyendu's family? This is a tone and voice we know. Very, very important. And that is why you are being discredited and people like you cannot be taken serious. And now you don't speak about the organization you're heading. Now it's about IPOB. Tells you all you need to know.
Agwachacha gị were uche ọsị m si eziokwu na nga ha sị gị nekwa mana ọnọdụ ịchọ ka ise ebe a na-apụta na ị ga-aha ndụ ihe chere gị n'ihu ịgwa ha lakpuo imewe ọnụ gwa ndị Igbo onye a ga na-eto na onye a ga na-enye ego kwụsị onye ọbụla ịdị na-ewere ego na-enye enyi ahụ isowu DOS.
Madam, let me say something to you. IPOB does not tell the Igbo to who to give money or information. That's why I say you're naive. Go and ask those that sent you. IPOB have structure. We have structure, proper structure. Now, question those that are asking for money. Ask those people that send you what is their position. Chikedozem is head of the United of State. Not our head of finance. So go back and ask them who started interfering in people's position in the first place. Like I said, you need to be schooled properly. Mazi don't need to come and tell you who to give money and who not to give money. Before Biafra Radio Biafra have PayPal, people pay money online to support what we are doing if you wish to do so. Keep your receipt. Someone want to donate money or IPOB family members donate money, the money we have finance in every unit IPOB, and that money sent to a designated account. That's IPOB being structure. Or go and ask those people who are the people that thwarted all those structures. And today you're claiming about accountability. We will do a program and you have to follow subsequently to tell you how they embezzle IPOB money, because I hear them talking about accountability. Question Mazi accountability on what grounds? Mazi has not been outside. Since 2015 to today, Mazi have been in jail. We talk about accountability. It is you that have your freedom and have to give us accountability. To start with you people first. Very, very important. Very, very important. Because without Mazi, which ground are you going to be based on talking to people to get Biafra? Tell me. What are you going to be saying? Where is your primary objective to talk about to achieve Biafra? Show me. It's not wishful thinking. But what is the primary objective? Because the only person, the arrowhead, the visionary, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And his family at large. Kanu Ntakanu is a member of IPOB in Germany. Kanu Ntakanu can contribute money more than all of you put together. Kanu Ntakanu contribute money. So some of people wanting, All these people who are pushing that, show me your receipt, you're paying your own monthly dues. Together. Because, I mean, we've seen things, we don't fundraising, we know who are contributing money and who is remitting their money. We've seen all these things. I don't need anybody to tell me that. We know. So don't talk about finance because we have structure. When you talk about DOS income, that is administrative body of IPOB. So there's a structure already there. Go and ask those people who are the people thwarting that structure. And that is why today there are no more. That is why today the 100-man community has emerged. The new phase of IPOB. You're ranting in 3 months, 6 months, all of you are in a dish. Them and for them. We are there today. Those ones are gone. But it's still moving forward, you know. Very important.
Gwa ndị mmadụ ha ka iwe ego ebe ahụ a ga-eji take care of you. Mgbe ị bịara na nga mbụ, anyị ahụkwa ha ụmụnne gị ọkwa ndị otu ga ka Igbo na-eso.
This woman, you're very naive. Very, very naive. When Onyendu went in first prison, Ndi Igbo, which Igbo, the structure was functioning. Everything was done properly. Then the deputy leader was there because the deputy leader never involved in the finance. The main deputy leader, Uchomofo, was there. He stuck in his lane. He never interfered, not for one day, with our finance. Where is the deputy leader? I'm talking about riffraff like Chikedozium. I don't know his right, he left from right. The goofy Chikedozium. I'm talking about him. Goofy idiot that messed up himself and he don't know what else to do. For past 2 years or 2.5 years, he didn't made any public statement. Instead of Mr. Memo is writing rubbish to expel people. They don't have the authority to do so. You need to get your facts right before you talk. So my only thing that I came here to do, I know a lot of people have done, try to respond to you, but this is very, very important that he understood how IPOB is structured. So I'm gonna play Kano's voice to you. The DOS, Director of State, is the body structure of IPOB that compasses. Like Chikedozem is just an administrative position that is held in, not leadership. Doesn't lead anything. He does not lead anybody. They have the head of media, they had a head of finance, they had a head of Director of State. They have 3 heads in that body called DOS, if you don't know. That's 3 bodies heading the DOS within the administrative level of IPOB. For your information, that's why I say you need to go and ask them fundamental question before you start to yap. You need to focus on the women you're leading. Go away from anything that have to do with IPOB if you want to have peace with your family. This is my candidate advice to you. But don't forget what I'll give you a challenge. If you don't do that, watch and see what's going to happen to you.
Enweghị ihe a na-ezozi ije aha anyị gara nwa onye wetara ego enwere ọtụtụ platfọm akpọbatara mta a na-atụ ego a na-achọ anyị nyekọta Nnamdị Kanu a na-atụ ego sị mba mkpọ nwanne nke n'obodo Igbo si ya no ị nwere anọkata ugbu a n'ofu onye asị ka ere ezi ego kpọrọ ndị mmadụ gafe onye a ndị be anyị na-egwu wayo ugbu a ka ndị na-agba mbọ ịhụ ndị be anyị n'obodo oyibo.
Yeah, you tell our people that are doing fraud. You are a fraudster yourself. You are. Because how do you know? What you're doing now is fraud. By coming out to say things that was not said to you for you to be able to sell yourself. That's fraudulent. You are the real fraud here, madam. To be honest with you, you are the real fraud. Specified, you are the real fraud. But what coming out of your mouth was a pathological liar. The jezebel of our time. That's who you are. Madam.
N'egwu kandum ka ndị kpọrọ ahịa ụmụ anyị nwoke obi anyị ndị nọ n'obodo a na-egwu chandum ka ndị kpọrọ ahịa and ịmara na ihe dị na 419 ha bụ ihe ọbụla ọ dị ka social media ihe ọbụla ị nwere ike iji create content gị were create.
That's exactly what you're doing now. IPOB is there for you to create content. That's exactly what you're doing. You just confess what you're doing. After this interview, what else have you been doing? What have you been talking about? IPOB. Every day you mount camera, even when I don't even know. You don't even look at yourself. Do you have kids actually? Do you have kids? Because I know you might have kids and grandkids. Are they actually there seeing you doing this? You want to drag them to this? You want to drag them to this part? Are you really sure you want to do this? In the name of what? You don't have work to do. You don't have any job to do than to put up camera and talking about IPOB that you know nothing about. Are you for real though? Anyway, like I said, this audio, I think it's about 1 minute left before I run down and play a couple of videos, then I'm going to call it a day. Subsequently, I'm going to continue with this program because it's very, very imperative that we educate this woman. She needed it. And as she going, I don't want to know whatever she's talking about, but I'm going to do maybe another program and that's it. And if choice is hers, how she wants to bury herself and entire family, that decision has to be the one to make it, not me. Very, very important.
So anything non how we keep convert where you go, why you? How where you go? Nnamdi Kanu would the hottest person when he keep you come to my go kita.
Of course, just like what you're doing. You are the exemplar of what you're saying. Because before now, who knows you? Nobody. Until you attach yourself to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's exactly what you're doing, madam. So you actually confessing your sin publicly. But the moron that intervene you, don't can ask you questions. Because she's not asking, she just gave you platform by ranting. That's all. To go viral, that's all she allow you to come there to mention Mazi. Both of you in that studio, what you're doing is just confessing your sin. Because after you come there to speak about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, people are going to watch that in YouTube. That's exactly what you're doing. Do you see?
Pitchy. Ota na monye no kata. Make a statement. Ya sa na ewotego, wotego aga enye aga asora sign, wotego ka star septe say ka 1 billion. Wotego ka star Brazil. Ma lawyer hanka na kwa lawyer Jimako. Ihe ha ji eme wa no kata na akpo na eme organize. This guy on I didn't so ha to ko oputa.
This is one of the things that is very, very there. You're calling lawyers. See, like I said, the voice, the tone you're speaking is a tone of somebody we are familiar with. And everything you are saying is the same. The people that ask you to say all these things is what they are doing. Those that were not there, they have not fought for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get this. The lawyers, they want to make money off Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Isn't it pathetic? Right? Aloye Jimako was the man that told the world that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be tried in any court of law. And it was an extraordinary rendition. The so-called charge and bail lawyer, which is a property lawyer in Abuja, Ejiofor, questioned him. Because he never had or he didn't know what extraordinary rendition was. Which Nigeria tried with Omar Duku here in the 80s. And he couldn't succeed. You know, so I would like you to do your background check before you come out to rant. I will suspend this video for here now. I want to play the voice of Kanu Kanu to you. So when you listen to this, you hear Kanu Kanu, they will say you've spoken to Kanu Kanu. The DOS, and I see them sharing this video, this voice from our radio Biafra. Kanu Kanu made it open, and every member of IPOB understood the structure of IPOB. It's simple as that. Simple as that. Nobody hold permanent position in IPOB. The only person that held a permanent position in IPOB is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No other person. No other person. He's the one that decides. I will give you this gift to end this program. Listen to Kanu Kanu. So don't get it twisted about DOS because you don't know what DOS stands for, madam. Listen to his voice.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, according to your time zone. My name is Kanu Kanu. There is one IPOB, one leader, and one DOS. The highest command in this struggle is DOS. In this situation we find ourselves now.
Now, listen carefully. When Canon Takano made this assertion, some of you misunderstood him. IPO, the DOS is the highest command. And who lead the DOS? Who is the leader of DOS? It's the Supreme Leader of the Indian People of Biafra. So when you that under the DOS disobey Mazi, what did you do? You break the chain of command. The chaos within is from Chike Doziem publicly accepting that I play the voice first, madam, because I want you to listen. You learn something from this. Who break the chain of command was Chika Paul Edoziem, that is the head of DOS in administrative level. The highest command is led by Mazi and can lead the DOS at large. For some people who misunderstood what DOS stand for, right? So if Chike Doziem and China Sanwo-Olu publicly admitted that the Onyendu give an order, they disobey that order. That means these are treasonable. This is a treason, not treason felony. It's a treason within the chain of command. And we are practicing what we call quasi. This is not women gathering meeting. It's quasi-military system. You obey before you complain. That is how IPOB is structured. So I'm playing this voice to explain it again to some of you who doubt. Because I see Emeka Gibbs sharing this particular audio. Because he himself is doubt. He's frustrated about the money that he's getting. Because this idiot has been in IPOB because he live in Ivory Coast. Whatever he does, there's not my problem. But he was in a payroll in IPOB. He's getting paid every month. Since the money that was not going to him, now they have IPOB fund. Go and ask those people what have they done with our money, because we're going to bring all those evidence back to the world to see what they did with IPOB money from the day Onyelu was kidnapped to today. We will show you what they have done. Just like a Jofo, where is he with $19,000? They say they mistakenly paid into his account. Does he come with evidence how he transferred the money back? He hasn't. So this is the voice of Mazi Takano. And the DOS remain the highest command of IPOB. If you disobey order on the chain command on through the DOS, trickle from the top to the bottom. So when you disobey Onyendu, you're gone. Simple as that. They know the day they defy their own selves by disobeying Mazi Takano that caused the death and blood of our people in Biafra land. It's on record. And they say it, not me. So listen, this is for this lady. This woman called herself.
It has been so for many years. Their decision is final, whether it suits us or not. Challenging their decision means challenging IPOB highest command and IPOB worldwide, because
now when Canontas come and say challenging their decision, so how can your decision be valid when you disobey your leader? Did you see where the problem? This is where the dysfunctional comes in, and that is why some of you need to pay very close attention. What he said, disobeying them. Now, if we cannot disobey them, so why would they disobey the highest command of IPOB, the Supreme Leader of IPOB? I want you to very, very pay attention, because this time around, you don't say you'll be misled. That's commonsensical. The structure is there. But you let's put it after Mazi Nankan today, as a trickling down, you meet Chikedoziem, then you must say meet Nenya and meet this guy that lives in the head of media before coming down, to reps and all that. So, but you guys came out publicly. The one that lived in Kuwait, that the IPOB did not survive in Kuwait, he was suspended because Kuwait never contributed a dime. He openly said that Onyenu suspended him. He now someone was suspended because Kuwait has never contributed, even Onyenu traveled to Kuwait in 2015. That one they didn't contribute in this struggle. I remember when we are sending the magazine they did, what we are paying, still send money to them. They contribute nothing. The entitlement is the problem we have. So understood what Canon Takani says. If you disobey them, you disobey the highest command. So the instruction can come from Onyendu via through them, and he must obey it. And that's why we are listening to them. But when they defy, when they break that chain of command, what do you see? It's chaos. And that's what we express in Biafra land. They're responsible for it.
Anybody can be a member of DOS if you are qualified to be so. So whatever thing they said, we must carry it out. Meaning that command and control stands for a very simple reason, that we are not political party, rather a freedom fighting movement. Although people come out sometimes to air their opinion, probably the wrong way, thinking that they are fighting IPOB structure. No, you are getting it wrong. If you are fighting IPOB structure, you are fighting the whole Biafrans. IPOB structure is not our problem. Our problem are the Fulanis, the oppressors that are killing us. These are our problems. These people are our problems. And these are the people we have to confront at all times. It is very, very important that we know this. I want to make it clear. It's better to use your platform very well and not to use it to attack innocent people or the body of IPOB.
Yeah, I will stop this here. And a word is enough for everybody. And like I said, this program has gone beyond as I wanted it, and is purposely to just educate this retarded woman. You know what I mean? This so-called Lolo Neka Omwada Highway 2.0, the Jezebel of our time. She must retrace her steps and do whatever she was doing before she wanted to get involved, and stop dabbling into IPOB, because you publicly say you're not a member of IPOB, so you dare not speak about IPOB. And IPOB does not result on Igbo affair. Always remember that when you're talking. It's very, very important. And like I said, this is not going to be one-off. There's a lot to come, because we're going to unpack a lot of things going forward. A lot that is being said, we will bring it again to refresh our people's mind, to know where we are and where we are going. But momentarily, as it stands right now, the highest command have said the 100-men committee, the new phase of IPOB, is something that everybody must embrace. It's either you're in or you're out. Choice is yours. It is not arguable. It is not questionable. That is the order from the highest command. And like I said, this is still Biafra Alpha Power Media International, and we share from United Kingdom. And it's 46 minutes on top of 2 p.m. here in UK. I'm free on top of Biafra Land, which is 3 p.m. And we're wrapping up from here. And I will say, may Chukwu Kabiyama continue to guide and protect every single one of us. Most importantly, our leader, the arrowhead of this family, the man that saw the vision to liberate a mankind. And what is fighting is just. And at the end of the day, Biafra shall be restored in our lifetime. Every single thing you have told us have come to pass. And he said Biafra will be a miracle. It will happen in our lifetime. We will say it. And Chukwu Kabiyama, we continue to keep him. And to all of you that have regained your common sense, and those that are still struggling, I pray for you to see the light. Because it's not argument. It's not about your feeling. It's not about your sentiment. And IPOB standing in a gap. If you're a real IPOB member, you must obey and follow the structure that the leader of IPOB have put in place. And as he said, 100-men committee is the new phase. Chikedoziem and these are renegades. Like I said, remember Biafra Radio International. Biafra Radio International. Some of you have forgotten about Biafra Radio International. They died in Clifford Iruanya and Omiomio and Imam Mezu. These are coalition of renegades. Where are they today? So the guys, remember, it does not matter how fast you run. You cannot run faster than your shadow. The man you're dealing with is a man that sees the vision, that's still there. So you cannot question him. He can't fit in the shoe of Mazi. He's the big elephant in the room. And everybody knows that. If we don't question his authority, he'll be decimated. That's simple as that. That's how my word to you. A word is enough for a wise. And it's from me from here. It's good afternoon. Don't want to